Welcome back to the Pro Sports Podcasters on YouTube. My name is Cobe. Most of you know me as Cobe from the podcast, and today I'm looking at NFL All Day Week 9 Playbook. Well, shit. It's not the most pleasing thing to peruse when it comes right down to it. First of all, if you feel like burning some moments, well, you should be smiling because you got opportunities to burn like crazy in Week 9. Next thing is you got a bunch of team picks, right? Your prediction picks. One of which requires 3 choices to be correct in order for you to get the points. Now, if you're interested in knowing, I've gone with the Chargers, the Colts, and the Cardinals in that particular pick. Those are the 3 teams I'm going with. I'm not going to change my mind. Locked it in. Let's see what happens. You've got an additional game pick as well. In that one, you've got the Rams versus the Bucks. I think Brady's still having a hard time dealing with the loss of Giselle, so I'm going Rams. I'm on that. So those are my picks. Let's see how well I do. Outside of that, we haven't actually seen the individual challenges, the standard challenges yet, because I'm recording this previous to the release of that. But I expect, given the amount of burning options that are there, you're going to have a couple of very difficult ones because they kind of want you to burn. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting. They want us to burn as many moments as possible. And there's something that's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks that may be the reason for it. It's not something I can talk about now. I've got some inside scoop on a few things happening with the Dapper Labs projects. And maybe that's why they want us to burn our surplus of additional moments in order to prevent certain things from happening down the line. But that's for another video. Today what I'm talking about is what are we doing about the playbook and what way should you go about it? To me, there's 2 ways here. There's 2 things you can do. First of all, rares are still quite cheap. They're still cheap. So if you are hell-bent on getting the maximum reward packs out of this, what I would do is I would look to see what the different challenges require. Right? What are the most likely rares that could be necessary and buy them immediately. Buy them right off the hop. They're cheap enough to do so. Why not? And there's nothing wrong with having a few additional rares in your collection if they don't happen to be involved in that challenge. There's nothing about it that hurts you, especially at these particular prices. So that's the first thing. If you really want to complete these challenges and you feel like there's a few rares you may require once you've seen what the challenges are, go ahead and get them. Pay the minimum, because if you wait, you're going to pay too much. It's that simple. The other option is you have a huge collection, maybe even larger than my own. I'm over 300 moments. And you figure, looks like I can probably finish this week without having to buy anything. And then hold yourself to it. Right? Dedicate to that. If you think you've got what's required, roll with it. If somewhere along the line you need something to complete a challenge and it's been jacked up in value, don't buy it. Unless it's so cheap anyways, it doesn't really bother you. But otherwise, I'd say don't buy it, right? Don't feed into it because right now, it's like we're all playing Dapper Labs' game, right? They are kind of suckering us into this position to spend more than we'd like to get back less than we'd appreciate. Because after you burn everything, what you're getting back, it's not much. You got to get real lucky to get back a significant value if you've had to spend into it now. It wasn't like it was in the beginning. Okay, some of the original challenges, you'd spend into it, you'd get back some great rewards, but with the way the market is currently, it doesn't really add up because you can essentially buy the majority of those rewards for less. Right? You end up spending more on a moment that you could have won, but now when you win it, you've already paid more than it's worth. So it's just, the math it's not working out. It really isn't. And then the third option, which is what I do, is I just roll with whatever happens, and wherever I end up, at the end of it, I decide, okay, is it worth it to burn or is it not? And it's becoming a more is it not situation for me because, like I said, the value on these reward packs is just not there. But the way the market is, it's just not there. If you spend $100 to complete these challenges to get up to, say, reward level 4 or 5, then there's a good chance after you've burned a bunch of moments and you've got the new moments in that you don't really feel like you've made anything. You may as well have just taken the $100 and bought your favorite moments, whether they be common debuts or a couple of rares, and just be done with it there. So that's my strategy. I'm going to roll with it. If I see some cheap way to complete a challenge, I'll do it. If it's something I actually want anyways, why not? I'll pick it up. But otherwise, I'll let it slide and I'll wait till next week and see what happens. Because eventually I have a feeling this is going to change. Like I said, I think the last couple of weeks have been in preparation for something that's coming out soon. And once that happens, I think the playbook's going to change again. We're going to get something a little more appealing to the masses. But I don't know. I'm speculating. Let me know what you're doing. Let's fill out some comments here. Let's get this conversation started. And if you haven't yet, definitely join the Discord, because we're talking about NFL all day and every sports NFT project you can think of constantly. So I'll leave a link in the description. Click on, become part of the conversation. Till next time.